going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a great day. Jazz and I and the dogs, we actually just took a quick road trip up to Botouche. We wanted to check out some of the sights, but then it started raining really heavy. So we're back home safe. I'm just in the studio right now. And there's one thing that I actually wanted to address for a very long time. I've been getting this particular question from a certain group of followers or subscribers that I have, and it is the question of how diverse is New Brunswick. It's no secret that Atlantic Canada, especially New Brunswick, is predominantly Caucasian, okay? And there are a growing number of ethnic groups that are coming into Moncton, at least, from what I see. And, that's very evident by the amount of ethnic grocery stores there are, the ethnic restaurants, which I'll be covering this summer with Markoshi's food tour. But it is evident that it is growing. I'm actually really happy to see this growth because before Jazz and I moved here, that was one thing of concern for both of us. Coming from Toronto, which is which is regarded as the most multicultural city in the world, even beating New York. Coming here, it was an absolute culture shock. Before moving here, I joined this Filipino group on Facebook. I formed a network of friends just from that group alone, and I'm thankful for it. It's crazy because growing up, I never really got along with Filipinos that have recently migrated to Canada, or it's just because me being born and raised in Calgary, I like, just culturally it was different. As I matured and got older, it was more yes, we are, we're bound by the Filipino blood. It doesn't matter if you were born in the Philippines, if you were born in Canada, if you were born in Dubai, it doesn't matter. If you're Filipino, you're Filipino. I'm ranting here. But, according to the 2016 Canadian census, in New Brunswick, the Filipino population in New Brunswick was only just under 2,000. And now I believe it's between 4,000 and 5,000 people. And that's due to the success of the Atlantic immigration pilot program, which actually isn't even a pilot anymore. Like, this is a for sure thing. And with organizations that help newcomers into help settle into New Brunswick, especially the Moncton area, because that's where I am. It seems like there is a growing population, a growing ethnic population. And I'm not even just talking about Filipino people. I see the Black community growing. I see the Korean community growing. Funny enough, there's a few Mexican people here. And what really shocked me the most was the Brazilian population. The Brazilian population in Moncton is actually growing, pretty quickly here. There's a lot of Brazilians that are joining the New Beginnings group that I co-founded on Facebook, and it just seems like Moncton and New Brunswick is a growing place. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel discouraged at all by the predominance of a Caucasian population. Jazz and I are some of the only colored people in our little village. There's been a growing number of people of color in our area, but our neighbors are all Caucasian, and they wave, they say hi. I've made friends with them. They're amazing people. If you're worried about, racist attacks or anything like that, I don't think you have anything to worry about. In general, I haven't really had any racial attacks at all. There was a verbal thing last year. And if you're interested in knowing more about that, I'll link my blog post to it in the description below. But, I don't want to really talk about that right now. But, there is racism everywhere. No matter where you are, if you are a person of color, unfortunately, this is the way that it sucks, but it's bound to happen, and I want to help just kill that off, right? Like, racism is probably one of the shittiest traits to have in the person, and that is a learned trait. You are not born with that. So, if we can start now and just love one another, it's a very sensitive subject for me, but I have to say it, right? There is racism absolutely everywhere, and if you're a person of color, even if you're not a person of color, okay, there are groups out there that I've actually seen online that are very vocal about, even just people from out of the province, they don't seem welcome to the idea. It doesn't matter if you're brown, black, white, it doesn't matter. If you're a come from away, if you're not born here, they're very vocal about that kind of thing. But, just steer from them, because I'd assume it's safe to say that those types of people aren't going to help you flourish in this province anyways. So, we'll leave them be, let them think what they want to think, but honestly, they're missing out on some pretty good food. I did want to address this because this is a common question from, from people of color. But yes, I am very happy to see the growing diversity in this province. And it's gonna keep growing, I look at Moncton right now, and it seems like it was Calgary about 25 years ago. There is a long way to go, but it is growing, and it's probably what's needed too. As more and more people come into the province, it's gonna grow the economy, like plain and simple. So the more people there are, and there's a lot of room here. There's a lot of room there, and there's a lot of opportunity. So honestly, make that move. If color doesn't bother you, what are you waiting for? Christmas? Come. We want you here. We want to make this province flourish, even more so than it already has. And we'll be welcoming you with open arms. I'm going to leave the video here. Again, sorry it was so short, but this is something that I finally wanted to address. Not to each and every single one of you that have asked, but I did want to put this out in a video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Do you miss my face? If you guys can do me a favor and hit like, and honestly, if you are a person of color, or if you care about diversity, or if your friends or family care about diversity and are thinking of making the move to New Brunswick, show them this video. They have nothing to worry about. It is not an issue here. Okay, so I will leave it for now, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.